Now that person did not request that. So what is the answer?
No, I did not understand. You have bid at 7.00. The cutoff is 7.10. In the original auction that used to happen, it still happens in some points, but most of them are what are called sale price bonds or Dutch auction. In the original auction that was there, the first time, the person who had bid for 7, who was willing to accept 7% interest, he pays a slightly higher price to make up for that. Because he gets a bond of 7.10, which means that he will get interest 7.10 for the next 5 years. But the person who bid it was happy at 7.
Sorry, I want to say that if the person has limited term by 2%, and now cut off is under 1%, so
he'll not get anything. It's like any auction. Okay? Yeah.
How is it different from this book building discussion and IP?
Yes. In book building, it is about 90% similar to book building. Here, it is a commitment. In book building, it is about 90%. So they go through rounds of book.
Everyone is issuing
everyone is offered at everyone is issued at the offer price, but there the book building is among certain selected people, not all. You and I can't bid in book building. Here you can bid. Minimum is 1 lakh. No, sorry. Minimum is 10,000. I don't know whether anybody bids. In practice they don't, but minimum is used to 10,000. Yeah.
Can the government buy out the bond? Assuming the maturity is 5 years, can the government buy it out for 2 years?
Please reconsider your question. I will give you minus infinity for your question. Definitely zero. Who's issuing the bonds? Why will you buy it? I am producing eggs and I buy the eggs.
We told that there is an issue that the government will have to pay a lot of money at one point, so just even it up.
You mean to say buy back the bonds in the market? So far it has not happened. Buy out is different from buy back. There are some agencies called primary dealers. The primary dealers could buy out, which means they tell the government of India whatever is the amount of bonds, I will buy the entire bonds. That is called buy out. Let's say we issue LDI bonds. These are my favorite bonds. Nobody has bought them yet. They are called LDI alumni bonds. On the day of convocation, I will sell them to you at an interest rate of 5% per annum. I'll try marketing tricks and sell it to you. You are very happy with LDI, and therefore on that day you say, sir, I'll buy out the whole thing. That's buy. Okay. There are many small things that I have not told you. For example, Reserve Bank of India has implemented from buying this. Yeah, I'll tell you the main thing. Now I won't take any questions for 5 minutes. It's all okay. We have a system, we have a procedure, we have bonds, we have a market, everything is set up. But let's say that this year he comes out with sudden increase, huge. Remember, there is no forcing, there is no coercion. It's entirely voluntary. Bids are all voluntary. Let's say that, as I said, the bids are not enough to cover the stated amount. In this case, 1,000 crores, the total bids, let's say, came to 500 crores. Then what happens to the other side? The other 500 RBI buys. How is this different from public? When RBI buys, RBI is printing money in very, very layman language and giving it to the government of India. Whatever RBI gives to government of India is in the form of buying some type of bonds or treasury bills of the government of India. Always, throughout the history, it has been like that. This money is called RBI lending to government of India, and this increases the money supply in the economy. Look at it this way. This is not softy, but this is India. There are individuals, there are companies, etc. Banks. He puts money here, he puts it here, this way, this way, this way, this way. The money supply does not change. Total money supply does not change. You put money in the bank, bank gives to MBI, MBI spends it here, then there are some factories, some ice cream being bought, etc., etc. The money is inside enclosure. So there are two ways in which the money supply here increases or decreases. RBI is to be taken as a vault. If it gives it to Government of India and Government of India spends, then obviously Government of India will spend, then the money supply goes up. This is called
deficit financing.
Deficit financing. Not very important these days, but yes, at one time it was a major source of funds. Because of this, Government of India can always pay off the bonds. If they can't borrow, if they can't increase the taxes, they will tell Reserve Bank will give them money and they will pay. Where does the Reserve Bank give money? They will start the printing machine. You read about this, it's called deficit financing. This is one way. How does it contract? If Reserve Bank of India sells out all the bonds that they are holding, the money from here goes into Reserve Bank. So you have a black box for India, you have an RBI, those of you who know tax theory, Government of India is somewhere here. This is how it works. This is OMO, this is deficit financing, this is government spending. And if dollars come from any place else, in a roundabout way, in a complicated way, the money supply increases. Because in the first set, dollar is converted into rupees. And the person who buys, the bank who buys the dollars, sells to other banks, and therefore there is a constant inflow and outflow because of current account or because of capital account. Dollars are coming in, dollars are going out. If Reserve Bank does not interfere in this process, the dollars coming in, dollars going out would be same. The price will be adjusted such that the dollars coming in, dollars going out. This is a totally floating currency. Free flow. If Reserve Bank of India is not happy with the rate of exchange, then Reserve Bank of India gives rupees, buys the dollars, or sells dollars, takes up the rupees. So Reserve Bank of India's role to maintain or to manage the dollar rupee rate will increase or decrease rupee supply. Therefore, if you see the balance of payment, that also you must study. In the end, you have increase in the country's reserves. If it is negative, then the decrease is positive. So if it is increased, to that extent, multiplied by 50-55, to that extent the money supply. And why this is important, all this, is because it has monetary implications, inflation, quantity of money, etc., including interest. 10 o'clock, we professor at time function.